And there we go.
All right, how's everybody doing tonight? We're back with session 2 of Burning Assassination, and gonna start things off pretty exciting tonight.
Yes, we're going to start with that fight we've been lining up for a week now.
Yep,
So
with
so
Mr.
last time,
Bulldog.
last time basically Daunlen met a couple of factions within the prison. You made friends with Griff, the Lycanian smuggler. Uh, you actually agreed to help Ishan, the Arundel drug dealer, um, with his request to kill Rogosh, the barbarian raider, in exchange for some money to bet on yourself in the fight
Yes, and
that
some
you picked,
poison on a blade.
and some poison on a blade. And then actually, when you came to see Rogosh to lay down your bet, you actually made a deal with Rogosh to, after you finish your preliminary fight with Merrick, um, then to challenge Bulldog, who's the leader of the Southside Sharps, um, in exchange for what you think is going to be an escape attempt by. Well, no, actually, you did it. You just turned in the Ishan to over to the Tenari, and you're pretty much getting in a good place with the Raiders, hoping to get in on their escape too. But
Yes,
then you told everything to Griff,
mm-hmm.
so Griff is gonna rat out the Raiders to the Warden. So it's a pretty complex plot.
Yeah,
But
we're up there, and hopefully there's not too many moving pieces in my plan. But
exactly,
lots of moving parts, burning wheel. I expect shit to go down.
yes. So you actually
The,
won your
the hope
preliminary
is,
fight and called out Bulldog.
yep,
So you put on the gambeson that your defeated foe Merrick was wearing, and you got the sword and the dagger. Um, Bulldog actually comes out, and the crowd goes wild as you challenge him, and everybody starts screaming and clapping, and you see people moving behind scenes, laying new bets on the new fight. So Bulldog is this big is is this big guy. He's not as big as the guy who just fought Merrick. He's more uh, tough looking and like square, but not that tall. Black curly hair, strong chin with a 5 o'clock shadow, and he puts on a coat of armor similar to the one that Merrick had, and they hand him a sword, and he steps forward to meet you in the arena, and he goes, uh, Southside Sharps and me got a score to settle with you. Trine, you put us behind bars, now you're here with us. Uh, Time to pay the price. So,
so I am going to do a little bit of Arta whoring right now and invoke my disturbingly confident character trait and take off my armor.
wow.
I'm going to
All
look at
right.
him, tell him I don't even need this shit to beat you. I am going to use the sword as opposed to the knife, though. The knife's going to be sheathed and kept back just in case.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like this is an appropriate use of invoking character trait to make things difficult. So
Oh, that's
absolutely,
gonna earn you some more time, definitely.
yep. Dropping the armor, I don't want it.
Wow. All right. Well, your funeral.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
So you ready to dive right into fight?
Yeah. Let's get it going.
All
So we are
right.
both using swords, so there's no need to test for engage.
That is correct. That is correct. So
So,
nobody's had an advantage or disadvantage. So we just go right to scripting.
yep, right scripting.
Yep.
Ooh. I am ready.
Yep. So am I.
All right.
So the
For
crowd.
volley one, I have
I'm,
scripted and avoid.
so I have Counter Strike. So I think nothing happens. Let me get
Yep.
my interactions. Where are my interactions? Hang on. Here we go. So we have avoid and strike, and nobody tests anything.
Yep.
It's avoid and
Yep.
Counter Strike. Nobody. So we
Yep. We
go.
kind of circle each other.
Yeah, you kind of circle each other across the sand, and do you have anything for a second action in the first volley?
Nope.
Oh, that's pretty good because he had Counter Strike. So if Counter Strike goes against nothing, nothing happens. Is that right? No action.
No action.
No, so you just keep circling around each other and kind of looking at each other, and
Sizing
we
up
go
situations.
exactly. So we go straight to volley two. What do you
Hmm.
have?
I have scripted a counter strike.
All right, that's excellent. So he got tired of waiting for you, and he just rushes right in with a strike.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
so
So,
he's gonna be using um, his sword skill, and he's also be gonna be fighting dirty. So he's gonna fork in his brawling, and what else can I? Yeah, that's probably it. He's gonna fork in his brawling too. So he's
sounds
gonna
good.
have. Ooh, hang on, I don't have the dice roller up. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I need to get mine up too.
Yeah,
That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
there we go. All right.
Okay, so Counter Strike tests your weapon, brawling, or boxing skill after actions are revealed, but before your opponent rolls. Divide your
Hmm.
fighting skill and any advantages into two pools, one for defense and one for attack. So my
That is good.
defenses will take away from his strike, and my attack will do some damage.
That is correct.
So let me
And the only things that you can pile on are because it's the same weapon, so there's no advantage right there, and there's no stride advantage or anything. So I think you don't get anything else.
yeah.
You just divide your
So
pool.
we're gonna go with my B4 sword skill.
All right.
I'm gonna fork in brawling, fight a little dirty, knees, hilt hits, whatever I need to do. Puts me up to
Mm-hmm.
5. I am
All
gonna
right.
fork in spycraft wise for 6,
Okay.
and intimidation for 7, and just scream fuck armor as I counter strike at him.
Excellent. Excellent. So let's do your defense portion first.
Yep.
How many dice are you allocating again?
I'm gonna allocate 4 for my defense and
4.
save 3
Excellent.
for the attack.
All right. So he just screams and runs at you and lunges with a sword. And you do the defense portion first because if it's Counter Strike, first you.
Yep.
Ooh. So let me see.
Picked up 2.
Ouch. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, and
Yeah,
you have
absolutely
2.
gonna burn a fate.
All right.
And to no avail.
Okay. So 2 successes are going to go through. Okay, and right, um, you, you basically, where are you going to take the hit?
I'll take it to my chest.
To the chest, okay? So, okay, let me check real quick because I know that chest gives an extra dice to defense when you're wearing armor, but I
But
don't
I'm not
know
wearing
what
armor.
happens if you're not wearing armor. Yeah, let's check that real quick. It's anatomy of injury, I believe. No, it's weapon mechanics is the chapter. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe it's in the armor chapter. I remember that if you hit the chest, it's one extra die for your armor. So it's probably an armor thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it only matters if you're
If you're
wearing
wearing
armor.
armor. All right,
Oh,
so that's
okay,
where he's.
so
So you
uh,
basically try to parry his blow, and you only manage to deflect it, but he's going to hit you in the chest, and right there you counter strike.
okay.
So what's your attack?
So I've got 3 going into my counter strike.
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, I'm gonna throw a persona in it too.
All right. And it's already faded, so go ahead and open end that because you already spent a fate.
Okay. And just the one.
Just the one. All right. And let's see. That was strike versus counter strike. So it's a versus test. Am I correct? Strike, strike,
Um,
strike.
it's my defense successes from the counter strike take away from his attack successes, and then my attack successes.
Exactly. So it's a versus for you. Yeah. No, I mean, you just it acts like a strike. So all your successes go. So it's one
Yep.
success that you hit. Okay, so
Yep.
he's gonna offer up his chest too. So let's do your hit first. I mean,
Yep.
um, so you get a hit of 2. That could actually bump it up
Yes. Yes, it could.
on the strike
This could be dangerous.
to a marked hit, and he's using a sword. Let's call it. Wow, that would be a B7 wound actually.
Ooh. All right. Well,
Ouch.
that is a midi wound.
That is a midi wound, so that's not good.
Not good at all.
So no. So why don't you test steel right there? I believe because
Yep.
midi hits you for 1 dice. Uh,
Mm.
is midi
Oh,
one? Midi is 2 dice. Ouch.
yeah.
So it brings you down to 2 dice. All right,
Midi is
and
2.
that's a
And
steel test at -2.
yeah, apparently my skill is not on my sheet for some reason.
Steel?
Yeah, I don't have it on here. I
Hmm.
should have had it on here. I remember calculating it, but it is not on here, so I'll have to run through these questions right quick.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering if something didn't save because it did that same thing with my health last game too.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying something that it didn't go through, and we checked it, and then we corrected it, but it seems to be gone again. So, so steel starts at 4, if I remember correctly, and then you ask the questions. Let me
You know,
see.
it starts at 3.
Oh, 3. Okay. Because I remember that you had
So
I
it
rem-
was a high still
yeah, I
because I
remember
wound
you
up with a bit of a
answered
lower health because of it.
exactly.
All right, so starting B3, took a conscript soldier, bandit, squire, knight. That's 1.
Uh huh.
Um, people. 1 for torture,
Mm-hmm.
6.
So it's probably 6. I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna go too
yeah,
much above that.
it's 6.
And your hesitation is gotta be
4. Because hesitation is 10 minus steel.
all right. So no, hesitation is 10 minus will. I think it's pretty high. I think it's probably 6. Let's take a look at it.
Oh, it is 10 minus will, so it is
Yeah,
6.
so it is 6. But you're rolling what? 6
4
dice
dice? Well, no, because
minus 2. So it's
minus
4
2,
dice.
so
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Ooh,
only rolling 4 dice. I think I'm going to die.
not cool. Let's see what happens.
Oh, oh, okay.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so, yeah, absolutely spending
Fade on
a
that.
second fate point here.
All right.
That has to happen. Ah!
Nothing. Oh no. So you're hesitating for 2 actions then. Now let's do your one on him.
Well,
So
it's nothing because he's going to negate it with that armor because I don't have enough to shift it to a different location. So
yeah,
he's going to take it to chest and...
but he still has to roll for armor. I mean, I think he rolls 2 dice because it's just a Gambison.
Okay.
If I'm
I
correct.
thought Gambison was only 1 die.
Yeah, but it's the chest, and the chest gives you the extra dice.
Oh, got you.
Let me check that real quick because I'm really sure I read that,
Okay.
but I kind of want to have the. Oh, there we go. Page 475. Chest location, breastplate, is the most heavily reinforced section of the armor. For all type of armors, chest, torso always receive a bonus die.
Perfect.
So it's 2 dice.
Yep, sounds
And
good.
let's see. So 2 dice. So he gets 0 successes. So the hit goes through.
All right.
And he gets a 1 on it. So his armor, you just tear apart his armor because a roll of 1
Perfect.
will kill your armor basically. So what kind of a wound is it? It's an incidental for you, right? And
Let me see. I'm looking longsword.
your power is 4, right?
4. Yes.
Yeah. So it's a mark. I mean, it's a incidental wound.
Which is
That's a
a
4.
B4.
B4. So for him, B4 is a superficial wound. So he's at +1, I believe. Yep.
Yes. +1 on a superficial.
All right. So he doesn't need to roll for hesitation.
No.
All right. Yeah. So that was volley 2. So we go to volley 3. What do you do? Stand and
Well, I
roll.
hesitate for 2 actions, correct? Or is it 2
Yes.
volleys?
No, it's 2 actions actually. You have
Perfect.
before. Yeah.
Well, I have scripted 2 strikes for volley 3, which I will have to hesitate for both of those.
But that means you're not hesitating for the next.
Yeah, for the next one. So as long as I survive these rolls.
And it's okay because he only had a block scripted for volley
Perfect.
3. So actually nothing winds up happening. All right.
Ooh.
So now we script for 1 more round.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, you do.
Now the thing is, your reflexes go down by 2.
Do they?
I believe so, because the penalty is, I think, is across the board.
Well, I think it's across the board for die rolls because I'm at negative die.
All right.
But let's look it up and be sure.
Let's look it up because I'm pretty sure that Thor answered my forum question the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he addressed that. Because I believe I did ask about hesitation during fighting. Let me see. Here we go.
Subtracts 2d from the character's abilities.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Thor says, note that this is even worse than it looks. The initial light wound, in addition to taking away 1d from all the bandit's stats, also reduces the bandit's reflexes by 1. The second
Yep.
light wound reduces the bandit reflex by another 1. In the second exchange, the bandit would only have 2 actions.
Yep.
So,
So, sucks to be me right now. Probably shouldn't have given up that armor.
so you're looking at what, a 1 action for the entire volley?
No, I got 2. I have a reflex of 4.
2 actions, okay. All right. So you
yeah.
spread those out, yeah. And let's script. Let's see what we do. So. All right.
All right, I've scripted a counter strike for volley 1.
And he has a counter strike as well. So if it's 2 counter strikes, I think we don't do anything because nobody attacks first, right?
Yep, counter strike is a wash.
All right. So second action of the first volley, he has a strike, and you probably have nothing because you have 2 actions.
Correct.
Yeah. So. All right. So here's what he's gonna do. He's
Kill
gonna
me.
hit you with the pommel. He's going to hit you with the pommel of the sword. So he's switching weapons. So that gives him an ob, an extra ob, because he's switching. Let's see. You have advantage with the sword, and he switches 1 weapon length, so he gains 1 ob. So he's at 2 ob to hit you, plus 1 for the no action. Is that correct? Let me see.
Okay, hold on. He has plus 1 ob for his light wound. He has a plus 1 ob for changing.
For changing the weapon to a shorter length, that gives you a plus 1 ob. So now he's at 2. Plus, it's a basic 1 ob to strike. Correct? To strike against nothing.
Yes.
Okay, so that gives him an ob 3 automatically. And he's doing the same thing. He's hitting you with sword plus brawling. Plus, he screams real loud at you, so we'll fork in an extra die for intimidation. So he's rolling 6 dice against an ob of 3. And here we go. 2, 3, 5. So it's 2 successes, and I'm going to blow his one and only fate.
All right.
And give him an extra roll. Well, actually, yeah, If he blows that fate, he's just going to get one more hit. And it's going to be an op 3, so nothing's going to happen. No, wait, if he meets it, he does damage. If he meets it, he does a... let's roll it. What the hell? And nothing. All right. So it's 2 hits. So you managed to avoid that. He tries to hit you with the sword. So
Right.
next,
I have scripted a counter strike.
So he has scripted a strike.
All right.
So he's going to switch again to the sword.
Okay.
So there's no advantage now.
No.
Yep. All right. So it's strike, and you have a defensive portion. He's going to do the same attack, so he's going to have 6 dice. And you got to divide your pool. First, figure out your pool, because it's...
Alright, so it's going to be B4 sword, fork for brawling, fork for spycraft, fork for intimidation.
Alright.
So that's 7, but it's -2, so I've only got 5.
Mm-hmm.
So the brawling's going to work the same way. I'm throwing punches, elbows, knees, whatever. Drawing on my knowledge as a spy to fight in the underdog position.
Mm-hmm.
And for my intimidation, I'm just going to lick the blood from my lips and smile at him.
I like it.
So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 into defense.
All right.
Because as much as I'd like to stay alive, all the defense in the world isn't going to save me if I don't hit him. So I need to have something. So here's my defensive rolls. Got 1.
All right. So here's his attack.
I'll take it. Especially with his ob 2, that should help nicely.
He's got, you got 1 success. He's got 1 ob for his wound, and that's all he's got. He's got an ob of 2 right now.
He doesn't get an ob for switching back?
I don't think you get the ob for switching. I think you get the ob for the size of the weapon changing.
Okay, gotcha. So ob 1 still.
Yeah, because the advantage... Apparently, if I understand it correctly, advantage is fluid. So if I change weapons, I get an op for that hit. But if I change back, then you're comparing the same size weapon. I believe.
Gotcha.
I could be mistaken, but that's sort of how I
that sounds good.
Understood it. Let's just take a look right here. All it does is hit you up and down with the let me see. You see the advantage. But all it says is you just light up the table for your new penalty.
Okay. Yep.
So good. I think it just goes to 0.
Yep.
Because he switches back up. So he's got an ob of 2.
1 success will help.
Yep. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. -2. So he's again hitting you for 2 success. That's going to be a second midi. That's going to knock you out of the fight. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a second midi. That's a second.
That's going to lower my power to 0.
Yep. And that hits you and knocks you out. Okay, so here's what happened. Hit him. Because you still haven't attacked him.
Yes, I still have my attack.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Put a persona in it too.
Oh, right.
Why not at this point? Ooh! Ooh! Fate.
Ooh.
Last fate.
All right.
Oh! Oh, I was supposed to roll 2
Keep going.
of those.
Keep going.
Yeah. I only rolled 1 of those 6s on accident, so here comes 2 to make up for that.
Yeah.
Oh! 5
All right.
counter strike.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. That's awesome. So he's out of armor. He
Yeah,
doesn't have any armor. So, so it doesn't really matter where you hit him. He offers up the chest again. He's got
yeah.
no armor. So
I will take it to the chest, and I believe with those successes, that
it's a,
becomes a superb wound.
I think so, because it's,
It does.
and
Because,
it's a B10, isn't it?
yeah, that's a B10. Is that a mortal?
Yes, it is.
Oh my
Holy crap!
god, I love this game!
Holy crap! You know, I had contingencies in plan just in case you fell unconscious. So I was, kind of ready for that. But this is awesome.
Oh my,
Oh my god! That
what
was
a fight!
that was wow! I can't believe you killed him. And technically, it's supposed to be really hard to kill somebody in this game, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it absolutely is. I pulled it off, and I still have my persona for Will to Live if I need it.
yeah, which is
Which,
awesome.
e- even if I only had the one, I would have burned it there anyways.
Yeah,
Like, at that point, I know this is my last attack on
yeah,
this guy. I'm putting everything into it.
that's awesome. All right, so he kind of hits you with a sword, and he's smiling. You can see it in his face, and he whispers, as you're deflecting the blade, he whispers, uh, uh, you shouldn't have double-crossed Ishan. He tells you, and then you just, as he's smiling, you drive your sword into his gut, and he's like,
Yep.
boom. So he
Oh,
drops to the floor, and as soon as you hit him, you sort of like stagger back with your sword, and you
just drop.
collapse. So, wow. So let me see. Let me see. Let me
So,
see.
we got 2 midi wounds on me.
That is awesome. You had two meaties, but hey, you won the fight. And your perception is B4, and your will is
It's
B4. So you're
before.
unconscious, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
unconscious.
you just lose consciousness. This was incredible. I don't believe it.
Yeah, yeah. That fight was nuts.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent.
I
So
feel
you
like
did do it. That is
in my
awesome.
excitement, I might have woke the kids up.
That is great. That is great. So now we got to deal with those wounds. Let's
Yes.
take a quick look, because
I'm gonna assume the prison has a doctor on staff.
yeah, we'll get to that. Let's see how we'll handle this. Uh,
Really shakes my plans up for escape, though, because a
yeah,
midi wound is 2
that's
to
gonna
12 week recovery time.
that's gonna take quite a while. Yeah,
But I mean, I can still act in that time. I'm just at the disadvantage.
that's
Like
that's yeah.
because the way it works is when you get treated by the doctor and you pass your health checks, you immediately lose the first negative die.
Penalty. Yeah,
But then the other one doesn't go away for 2 to 12 weeks. So provided I pass both health checks, I'll still be at -2
-2
until the allotted time comes. But
which is not good. Yeah,
I can't stick around in prison wounded like that. So
yeah,
escape's gonna have to go as planned.
yeah. It's gonna be tough, but hey, that's Burning Wheel for you.
I mean, that's what I get for dropping my armor.
Probably not the wisest move, but it turned out pretty dramatic, I think.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's the point of invoking traits to your character's detriment.
Yeah, yeah. So, wow. Okay, let's take a quick look right here. So, midi wounds must be treated before the conclusion of the session, or else the wound becomes a severe wound. The wound ceases to bleed at severe. All right. So, let's see how we go about stopping the bleeding.
I have to be treated by a doctor and make a health check.
All right. So let's
Yeah.
do the doctor treatment.
Here it is. Midi wounds require an OP3 health test in order to recover. However, this test may not be taken until and unless the character receives treatment from field dressing, herbalism, apothecary surgery, or an analogous skill.
Mm-hmm.
See below for more on tending the wounded. Midi wound takes 2 to 12 weeks to recover from. The first die is recovered as soon as a successful medical skill test is made. So I don't have to pass the health test to get those dice taken care of. As long as
No.
he passes his medical skill, they go away. And the
Oh,
second die is recovered when the wound closes completely.
okay, so now we
And
have to
then,
stop. First thing is to stop the bleeding, correct?
yeah, staunching the flow, page 492.
Yep. So
And
let's
there's a
do.
table right there, depending on what the doctor has.
Yeah, let's go with surgery. So, so he has to do two of those rolls. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
two separate rolls, unless you want to invoke Let It Ride.
Yeah.
I could see how the first
Uh,
one could be countered into Let It Ride, but that is completely up to you. Like, I can see it either way.
yeah. What if he misses though? If he misses, it progresses
If he
to a
misses,
severe
yeah,
wound.
I'll have two
Yeah.
severe wounds for sure.
Yeah. No. So let's do him. Let's do them one at a time. Why don't you roll for the doctor?
Okay. What
So
is his surgery
let's
skill?
give him let's give him a B5 surgery skill, and let's fork in. He's gonna have some. Uh, let's give him some prison fight wise.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
Sounds
Anatomy
good.
wise. Anatomy wise. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Let's give
six
him a
dice for
wise.
an op
So six
two.
dice for an op two.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So roll it.
Oh my God!
Nothing. Oh my god,
Nothing.
that is so bad.
So one is going to turn into a severe wound.
All right. Let's do the other one too and see what happens.
All right, he got the other one barely.
All right. Well, thank God.
Barely.
Yeah.
So
So one
and
midi and
now
one
I
severe.
need to make one objective 3 health test in order to recover.
Okay, but wait. How does the treatment section work on the page 491? Because that was for stanching the bleeding, right?
Oh yeah, that was.
So now he has to
Oh, the
roll
doctor
again.
must staunch the flow of the blood for one scene. If treatment doesn't begin at the end of the next scene, the character begins bleeding again. He then bleeds until he dies or is treated. So that wasn't even the treatment. I was on the wrong page. So treatment, you
Wait,
cannot
wait. No,
recover from.
I think we did this wrong. I think we just did stanching the blood.
Yeah, that was staunching the flow, which means I continue bleeding. But if I get proper treatment by the end of the
But
scene,
okay, but you have to staunch it before you treat it.
so your friend's bleeding to death. You're not skilled enough to save him. What do you do? Medical skills can be used to try to stop him from bleeding to death until you find a doctor.
Okay, but we have a doctor.
Yeah. So yeah, we absolutely did that wrong. We
Yeah,
did not
so
need
we
to do that.
so we skip the stop the bleeding and go straight to
Straight to the treatment.
treatment.
Yes.
Okay, so let's try it again. So let's keep them both at media and try it again.
Okay.
And it's
So
but now
MIDI on
it's
this table for surgery is an op 3.
correct. Correct.
Okay, now hold on. I'm
Okay,
working
wait.
diligently. Extra successes on the treatment test count as advantage dice for the ender character's health test. This is a special link test. Thus, even for superficial and light wound, it also behooves the player to wait until his character is treated before making the health test for recovery.
Okay. So what if he works carefully? Or wait, patiently is it?
Well, he can work carefully for the extra die, which will
Yeah.
take it up to 7. But if he fails that, it entails serious complication.
If he works carefully?
Yeah. If because working carefully puts a time restraint on it because you're taking more time to
Uh,
do it to make sure you get
yeah.
it done, and that's how you get the advantage die. However, and let me find the exact page. Here we go, carefully. Working carefully increases the time of the test by half, but it grants a plus 1d advantage. If a player wishes his character to work carefully, he must state this before the dice are rolled. If the player fails a test in which he is working carefully, the results indicate he has run out of time. The bomb goes off, the guards burst in, the old man dies. By working carefully, the player is allowing the GM to introduce a serious complication upon failure.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, I
Yeah.
suppose I'd like to do the working carefully, and if it fails, he nicks something, and it immediately jumps up to a severe wound.
Yeah. Okay. So
That
let's
sound
do
good?
that. Yeah.
Okay, so here are 7 dice. On knob 3.
Yep.
Come on. Whew! Whew! Okay. That's good. I saw those 2
All right.
pop up, and I was a little worried.
Yeah.
Alright,
So that's an up 3.
that's an up 3. First one's good.
Okay. So let's try it again and see what happens.
Ooh. So
And
I've
that's
got
more
2
success.
bonus die on my second health test.
Yeah. Excellent.
So that is good.
So now we go to recovery. Is that correct? Which is the
Yes.
next page. So both wounds are meaties, and it's an op 3 health test.
Which I only have op 2. Or I only have 2 dice right now. Because I am still down 2 from each wound.
Right. So wow, that hits your health too for recovery. That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means, well, so what happens if I fail this?
Let's check because there is a specific consequence for that, and it's written down. It says failed treatment for midi wounds. That's page 495. This is really bad.
Well,
I don't like it.
this is for treatment, not for the health.
Oh, that's right. No, but down there's recovery too. Right? Next paragraph is
Failed
failed recovery
For
for
midi
midi.
severe. At least
At
the bleeding
least
stops, the character heals in the full length of time required, but only recovers half the dice lost. The remaining
Ooh.
dice are permanently subtracted from an appropriate stat. If that stat happens to be reduced to 0, the character is permanently comatose. Better save Arda for your health test. Also, reduce the cap of the depleted stat by 1. Thus, if you fail a recovery from midi wound to the arm, you lose 1 die from save power, and your power cap is reduced from 8 to 7. Take a die trait to represent this.
All right.
So,
All right.
I have to. I'm gonna have to put my last persona into this.
Yeah. Well, you're not dying, so.
I'm not dying, but if I fail
Right
this,
now.
I have that team for the next 12 weeks, and I lose a die permanently.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So let's cross our fingers. Here is 3. Let's see. Do I have any traits that I can invoke? Okay. And feel free to shoot this down. I have the overworked character trait.
Okay.
I feel like with the overworked character trait, I am used to strain and stress and should be granted an advantage die.
Sure. Let's go for it. You're used to taking a beating.
Yep.
So let's go for that.
So I've got 4 and I need 3.
So wait, and what about the die, the extra dice that the guy gave you?
That's on my second test.
Oh, excellent. But you got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
right.
I failed that.
No, you actually failed it. That's 1. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, so that means that you will heal, but you will recover only half of the die, so you will recover just 1 die.
Which I've already got that die back. I just don't have the opportunity to get the next die.
Exactly, it's never coming back. Okay.
Yeah, so that actually gets subtracted from the appropriate stat, which that was taken to the chest.
Should be, I guess, either power or fort.
Yeah, I'd be down with fort.
Okay.
So that's gone.
All right.
However,
Next
for
die.
this next one,
And you already got, as soon as you finish the test, your
as
health
soon as
goes up
as
by
soon
one.
as the treatment, I get that back. I get the one die. I get the first die back as soon as the treatment test is passed. The recovery test with the health is for the time it takes to recovery, and to
Yeah.
see if I get the second die back.
But wait, then you're recovering at your full health. No, at -2
No,
to your health. That
-1
that
now.
-1 now, exactly, exactly. Because as
So
soon as you treat it,
that
you
gives
get
me
those dice back.
3 plus my overworked for 4, and then my 2
No, wait,
bonus
wait.
dice from the doctor knowing what he was doing. So that gives me 6 for the second test,
Okay, okay. I think
which
I was
is
looking.
much better for an op 3,
Yeah,
and I need it.
and you get the
Okay.
bonus die from the interior roll, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Perfect.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay,
Okay, so
so
extra successes. You got some extra successes there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, I got 1 extra success.
So one extra success. That means that the recovery time goes down by an amount. I can't remember how much, but
I
it
think
goes
it's
down.
10%.
That probably makes sense. Let's look at real quick, or maybe it's just one of those that.
All recovery times may be reduced by using extra successes from the health test. Each extra success over the obstacle reduces time by 10%.
Well,
Time can be reduced by 90% maximum. Exact recovery times, 1 to 3 months, 2 to 12 weeks, etc., are either determined by the GM or left to a random die roll. So we know I've got 12 weeks on my first test. How many weeks for the second one? Between 2 and 12.
yeah, the first one doesn't really matter because you're never getting that back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do the second one. I'm gonna roll 2 die of fate here and see what happens, and just add them up. That'll give us a number between 2 and 12.
Cool.
So it's 5 weeks.
5 weeks, and then with my success, that's minus 10%.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5 by 7 is 35 minus 4 days. That's gonna be 31 days. Let's call it an even month.
Okay.
And
So a month before I get that back. So I am at.
wow, you're pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now I need to take a small break and log some tests right quick.
Yes, do that. Do that, and let me think where we're gonna go next. Wow.
That was intense.
Yes, it was.
And I also have to take a die trait to reflect that lost die.
That's true. That's true. Uh, we need to take a look at those die traits. Um,
Man, that was intense. I'm glad I survived it though. Like I am okay.
yeah, and I mean it was. I mean, we did it by the book, and it worked.
Yeah.
It worked like a
Yeah.
charm, but it was kind of
Okay.
scary because that would have been an instant
Yeah.
death.
Okay. So let's see here. That would have been my. I only get to take one of the health tests, but the first one was a challenging health test. So that's
Yeah.
cool. We will take that. And then I've got just a routine sword.
All right. So I'm looking at the die traits while you do that, just to make sure.
And then I put
What is it?
3 fate and a persona into my sword, as well as a persona into my health. Okay, my tests are logged.
hmm So I'm looking at the die traits that actually reflect something like that. I'm thinking we're probably gonna have to make something up because
Yeah,
the ones that they have are like blind, which would have been a blow to the head, lame, which is a blow to the
yeah.
legs, missing eye, missing hand, missing limb. Um, so there's one called clumsy. I'm looking at it now and see what the physical effect is. It just drop things if that doesn't.
Yeah. I
That
suppose
will,
we could just go with
yeah.
something like deeply scarred, and then that's
Okay.
negative dice from my fort
All right.
would be the effect of it.
Yep. I like it. I like it.
Go
All
ahead
right.
and add that.
Okay. So.
Well, it could have turned out a lot worse.
Yes, it could have. Uh, and the scripting was really interesting because uh, it was just the timing, I suppose. I mean, sometimes it was Counter Strike against Counter Strike, so we just looked at each other. That could have gone so many different ways. That.
Yeah, and I for a minute
Hmm.
I looked up the rules for using Persona to grit your teeth to
Yeah.
take away one die thing, but it was going to
Mhm.
take 2 actions to do, which is all I had, and then it was just going to leave me completely vulnerable for the entire exchange. So
Yeah, I
it
think
didn't seem prudent, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna,
go
counter
for it.
strike
Yeah,
my ass off and
and
hope
it
hope
worked.
it works."
It worked beautifully. So, wow, no punches pulled, huh?
Yep. No punches pulled.
All right, so
Well,
I'm
on the
thinking.
bright
Yeah.
side, with losing that die completely,
Uh huh.
that only puts me at -1 dice disadvantage for the rest of this session instead of -2.
Yeah.
Because I failed that, it just comes straight off my fort. Like, that doesn't take away from all my rolls now.
Yeah.
So, silver linings.
Yeah. Let's look. Let's be positive about it. So, so do you want to skip ahead 1 month, or do we keep rolling? Because
Oh,
time
no,
is of
no,
the
I
essence.
won't survive in prison a month.
That's true. It's a good point.
I've made too many enemies here.
Yeah, I think you
I
have.
will not survive for the month. I figure jump to the next day when
All
the
right.
doctor
All right.
releases me from
Yeah.
observation, and maybe we
Basically,
can just
yes.
jump straight to the yard so I can go talk
Yeah.
with the barbarian Viking guys and figure out this plan and collect my winnings.
Okay, that makes sense. Uh, so yeah, you just basically all stitched up and bandaged. So you basically limp into the courtyard, and you guys actually start work the next day, technically, but there's still a free day that they're giving you. They're giving you
Yep.
like a weekend. Um,
Yeah.
so uh, so you walk up to Rogosh, who's in the yard with the rest of his cronies, and he looks at you and he says, "You almost didn't work, huh?" that
Oh
little
well. Got to keep
that
it in.
little that little stunt with pulling off the armor, that was brave, but it worked.
That it
Uh,
does. Made him overconfident.
yes, it did. Yeah, you're gonna need like a reputation now or something. You gotta get like after this, some sort of reputation is gonna follow you. Uh, he says, "Here are your winnings." So he gives you the 10 dice of
Well, I
cash.
had the 10 dice beforehand from the first fight that I let ride on the second fight.
Okay, those escalate. So let me take a quick look right here at the obstacles for resources, because I don't think those are linear. After some point, we probably make it like 12 or 13 dice. I don't think it doubles up to 20. Or does it?
I mean, I did gamble.
Well, that's true. Okay, let's call it 15 dice.
I am absolutely okay with 15 dice.
Okay, okay, it's a
That
nice
that
round
sounds
number.
good to me, and that makes sense because after like I rigged the numbers for the first fight in
Mm-hmm.
my favor and then dominated it, so it would make sense
Yeah,
that the odds are in my favor and I'm not getting one to
exactly.
one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm down with my 15 cash dice.
All right, all right. So, so he hands you like a bag of uh, the golden crowns, basically. Yeah, they're all gold coins.
Hmm.
There's no silver in it. Everything's gold. Um, because it's the most portable. So
Yeah.
that's what you're getting. And he tells you it's a good thing that you managed to survive that, but now you must realize you have made a complete enemy out of Ishan. Uh,
That I have.
not only did you betray his plans to me, but Bulldog was one of his customers for his drug trade. So I'm pretty sure he's not happy with having lost the leader of the Southside Sharps. Um, he had influence over the Sharps because he had influence over Bulldog. So you've set him back severely.
Hmm.
Uh, but all you need to do is get through the rest of the week, and we will uh, we will we will get out of here. Uh, I have
So
a
what is the plan?
I have a plan. There's a group of my raiders who I have managed to get word to. Uh, they are going to land a small craft off the coast, and they will meet us. They march us from the prison to the Midon mines, and they're going to be lying in ambush at the nearby woods. Uh, So when the guard column passes by, we're going to fake an injury so that everyone goes on ahead, and then my raiders can strike from the woods, and we'll make a break for it.
Sounds like a hell of a
So,
plan.
so just make sure you're with me on that day, and that's how we'll do it.
Sounds good.
So watch your
Well,
back, because it's still a couple of days until then.
and on that note, I will be requiring a small shiv.
Yes, you
And like
absolutely
zone of
will.
influence. I'm sure you could take care of this for me.
All right, all right. So he'll give it to you, no extra charge. He likes you now.
And considering that not only did I spare your life, but I also revealed a plot against your life,
hmm
I would like you to, at the very least, run interference with Isham. If not, outright have him killed.
I don't know about having him killed, but can at least try to watch your back. We'll see what we can do.
Post guards on me. You got to do something. Because it's my understanding that if Bulldog still lived, your escape would not happen.
That is true.
Now, I took a great many wounds to make that happen, and now I cannot deal with Isham myself head on like I had originally planned.
hmm hmm
So,
He says, "All right, that is fair. I will give you two of my warriors, and they will watch you
you know,
at all times."
instruct them to stay 50 paces away from me.
All right,
And if trouble brews, they come running. If not, we're good.
all right,
And I tell him that I will see him around, that I have some money to spend.
all right, all right. So he assigns two of his warriors, Eric and Leaf, and they'll be ready for you. So, have you got any plans? Are you
I need to speak with Griff, the
all right?
smuggler. So I will be making my way across the yard to his little setup
All right.
to
So,
let him know about it. And I kind of want to try to get this escape pushed up to tomorrow.
all
So
right.
I'm going to try to sow some disinformation after I speak with Griff.
All right.
So I first inform him of the Raiders' plans,
All
so he
right.
knows what to tell the warden. And I ask him if he can get another shipment of his ale brought in tomorrow.
All right. So yeah, he understands that now the situation has escalated severely. So he thinks it should be no problem getting in a shipment the next day. He'll send word out. Um, you just have to pin down the details of how you're
Yeah,
going to smuggle yourselves out.
yeah.
So,
And we'll get there. Second question.
mhm.
I need to get work detail canceled all next week with the exception of tomorrow. Can the warden be bribed to do this?
Oh, it's going to be tough. What exactly do you want? So why do you want to do this?
Because if we can get the work detail canceled all week with the exception of tomorrow, it forces the barbarians to escalate their timeline to make their escape attempt tomorrow. And I need that escape attempt to act as a distraction for our own to go through.
I see. I see. So, all right. So if you
So
want to force it to be tomorrow, um,
that's the goal, and I am willing to offer the warden through my proxy of Griff
uh-huh.
10 cash die and the escapee's plot.
All right.
But
All
the
right.
only and on the assumption that the only way I can tell him for sure what day it happens is if there's only one work detail day that week. Because while I know it happens at the end of the week, nobody else
Mhm.
knows that. So I can just tell him that all I know is one day this week during work, that's when it's going to go down. So if he can cancel work for all but one day, I can sow that disinformation and he can nail his prison escapees.
All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if he just needs to announce the cancellation versus actually carry through with the cancellation.
No, announcing it would be fine enough. And actually, if he's only announcing it, I don't want to give up cash back for it.
Exactly.
I,
That's
I will
that's what I'm trying
grip
to.
in with the information that if he announces that work detail will be canceled all next week with the exception of tomorrow, I can give him the escapee's plot and he can stop it as it happens.
All right. All right. So if he cancels the whole week, you're counting on Rogosh to make the escape the next day while
Yeah.
you're working. And
Well,
when does your
well,
uh,
this is the way I'm imagining it.
uh
He's planning his escape on the way to work, right? They're going to fake an injury
yeah,
on the march to the mines, and the bandits are going to
uh-huh,
attack.
exactly.
I can't wait. I can't survive a week in prison.
All right,
I'm wounded. I've made lots of enemies.
I hear you.
I don't live if I stay here all week. I know this. So I have to be out by tomorrow.
Okay,
So if the announcement comes and he knows that his only chance to escape is tomorrow, he
uh-huh,
escalates his plan for tomorrow instead of the other day. The plan stays the same.
uh-huh.
He just has to up his timeline
Yeah, I hear you. But when is your escape plan with Griff going down?
at the same
Let's
time.
let's call it that today is Sunday. So you're
Yes.
planning everything for Monday morning.
Yes.
So you need Griff to have the cases in by tomorrow morning,
Yes.
and then, all right, they could do that. But
Yeah.
mm,
Well, and
if
so
if this happens on the way to work, you're going to be on the way to the mines too, right? That's the
normally I would be. I am injured
that's true.
severely, and I can't be on work detail because of it.
That's true. That works. That
And
makes perfect
B,
sense. Yeah,
Griff has also made enemies. At least that's
that's
what I'm going
true.
to have him tell the warden. So he's hired me after seeing my spectacular fights as a bodyguard to oversee the shipment come in.
Okay, I
That way
like
we're
it.
both there when the shipment comes and we can abscond inside the case after it's unloaded.
All right, all right. So,
And I'm hoping that only leaves one guard for me to murder. Because I'm assuming that with an escape plot on the work detail, the warden's going to throw extra guards at that, which takes away the amount of guards that oversee the wine shipment, which
that makes
means I
sense.
only have to get around one guard to get in the case and get out.
All right, that makes sense. All right, I
That,
like
that,
it. I'm,
that's the
I'm,
plan.
I'm gonna just say yes because I like it.
Perfect, perfect.
So,
So now I need 30 seconds to go get a glass of water, and I'll be right back.
I'll do the same. Yeah. Oh, actually, I have mine here. So this is where Burning Wheel gets tricky because I just want to say yes to all that he just said. Maybe I could have pulled a duel of wits out of that, but I liked it. Yeah.
All right, so
Okay. So,
now I just have to survive the day.
the day, correct. So, Griff goes off to talk to the warden. The day passes. Uh, your bodyguards keep on the lookout behind you at a prudent distance, but they're also there. I mean, they're visible. Part of
Yeah,
their job is being a
I
deterrent.
yeah, I
So,
just wanted them out of earshot.
yeah, yeah, but they're part of their job is being a deterrent. So, so they're there. Um, at some point during the afternoon, Griff returns and tells you that he's managed to make arrangements. He's had he's informed the warden of everything that you told him. The warden agrees with your recommendation that he announce a cancellation, and that should force the escapee's hand. He has also managed to send word out to his smuggling contacts to deliver the fire brandy via one of the guards who's actually is under Griff's pay, and indirectly the warden is aware of it too because the warden is one of the prime beneficiaries.
Yeah.
So so they are getting the word out, and the liquor should be in here in time early in the morning. He's made sure that you're excused from detail because you're injured, and Griff himself has is also going to be excused. The guards are just going to leave him behind. And sure enough, slightly later in the afternoon, the warden comes out and makes the announcement that there has been a cancellation of work detail for the rest of the week. That you're going to only work on the mines the next day, and he makes something up regarding I don't know, storage and transport of the ore, or he makes some excuse about a safety inspection of the mine with
Yeah.
the Royal Corps of Engineers is going to inspect the mines, so they will not be working for the rest of the week. They will just go in tomorrow because the inspectors are coming on Tuesday.
Cool.
So that
Sounds
happened.
good.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
as soon as the announcement happens,
huh?
I beeline back over to the barbarians,
All right.
and I was like, well, that kind of throws a kink in the plan, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's just like brooding, standing, hunched over, thinking. It's like, this is really bad. This is really bad timing. Uh, I wonder if he's heard something. Uh, So,
I mean,
yeah.
the mines do get inspected, don't they? This isn't the
Yes,
first
of
time this has
course.
happened.
No, it isn't. But I did not expect it this week. This is a
Well,
real trouble. I will.
just gonna have to escalate. At this point, it's our only choice, and that really sucks for me because I'm not on work detail tomorrow due to my injuries. They're not allowing me to work. So not only do you have to escalate, but I am going to have to find my own way from the prison to the work detail without people being the wiser.
All right. You, as
So
long as you can manage that, yeah.
I'm going to have to. If I don't leave without me, there's nothing I can do about it at that point, and there's no reason for you not to get on the outside. Just know that I will get out on the outside, and when I do, I'm going to come see you.
All right. All right. We can do that. Uh, if you have an alternate escape plan, you go ahead and take it. If not, contact
Well,
me in a month or two, and perhaps we can arrange another rescue. We'll have to use a different mean, and we'll have to wait a month or two for things to cool down
for
if we
sure.
try again. But sure thing. I like
For
you.
sure. Well,
So
it's the way it's going to have to be.
yeah.
So hopefully I can make it out with you, and if not, maybe I can find another way. With everybody being away on work detail, I should be able to have a bit more freedom of movement. Might be able to find another way out, but if not, I don't know. I might not survive. I've made lots of enemies in here. I had lots of enemies when I came in here.
You watch your back, my friend. You watch your back.
I will do what I can, but for now, I need to go and prepare plans to try to rendezvous with you tomorrow.
You do that. So, if you have nothing else pressing quite at the moment, the rest of the day passes and it's dinner time. And when dinner time comes, uh, you're eating at the mess hall that they have.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge hall, and your two guards are sitting like in front of you, facing you. It's like a bench. And as they're eating, everybody's eating. Suddenly, both guards collapse into the bowls, and you can hear them snoring really, really loudly. And as soon as that happens, Ishan walks up with four guys with him, and he sits down between the two snoring Vikings facing you on the table.
I was like, well,
Because it can't be this easy, right? Yeah. Because it can't be this easy, right? So,
Yeah, yep.
so Ishan sits down and looks at you, and he says, "It seems there has been a serious misunderstanding in the terms of our previous business arrangements."
No,
Uh,
there wasn't a misunderstanding. I just got a better offer and took it.
I see.
I understand what you wanted me to do. I understand what I agreed to do, but a better offer came, and I had to take it.
Well, see, that's a problem right there because we had an understanding. There was
Can't
some
have an
money
understanding.
loaned. There
There,
was some money loaned. There were some arrangements made concerning a dagger. There was a price attached to it. The transaction was carried out on my part,
yes.
and I have not had any
Well, the way I see it,
reciprocity.
you have two options. Option A is the peaceful route. I can offer you double the money you loaned me. This repays the loan, and on top of that, it takes care for the trouble you had to go through to put the poison on the dagger, and for me not killing your enemy. Option B, you don't take it, and I slit your throat right now.
Nice. So you want to do duel of wits on this one, or
Yeah, we can duel wits.
person, or uh,
We can duel
because
wits, or we could do
yeah,
like a witty versus.
well, up to you. Whatever
I,
you
I,
feel like.
I'm down for a quick little witty versus.
All right, all right.
Which so the way
So,
the way witty versus works, because it's not in the book. I've got a link for it if you'd like it. We both
yeah.
declare our statement of purpose like normally.
Uh huh.
Then we agree to terms for who wins. Then each party gathers up their dice pool with forks and wises and all of that good stuff.
Uh
We
huh.
do a versus test, and then based on the versus test, we decide if it's an outright win, if it's a minor compromise, a major compromise, based on number of successes.
Okay. Okay. Sure. If you prefer that, we'll do that.
Yeah.
It's your game, so
I mean, I really don't have much more to say on the matter. Like, I feel like the witty
well,
versus or the full on duel of wits will get really stale, and I'll just be repeating myself.
okay.
Like,
Because
my only point is, yeah, I betrayed you. Deal with it.
yeah, well, that's true, but
Here's some money.
he has a counter offer though.
Oh, he has a counter offer.
He has
So
a
what is
counter.
his counter offer?
Okay. Well, his counter offer is that he wants money, of course. He wants repayment of his money, and he wants the winnings that you made on the 4 dice that he gave you. Because he loaned you the money and you didn't do anything for him, so the money comes back. And as interest for that, because these are not nice people, he's
Yeah.
charging interest. He wants your help with his escape plan. He has an escape plan and he needs your help on it.
Well, before I can agree to give you help on your escape plan,
Okay?
I would have to know the details. I can't agree to do something when I don't know what I'm agreeing to.
Okay. So here's the deal. He needs you uh, to gain access to the guard kitchens, and he plans to put poison on the guards' food. Uh, uh, this is burning wheels, so he's gonna tell you that he's gonna put the guards to sleep, like he just put the 2 Vikings to sleep.
Yeah,
But
but he's actually going to kill him.
he's actually just wants to pour poison on their food, so he's gonna kill everybody. And he wants Griff and you to help him secure a boat and get and make your escape from the prison.
It's like, well, I could take care of the poison for you today. The boat, however, is going to take a couple of days to get in line.
Now he says he's got the boat. He's ready to go tonight. He's got the boat. He wants Griff to help with the navigation. So he's offering to take both you and Griff off the prison in exchange for your help and his in getting the poison to the kitchen, and for Griff to help with the navigation of the boat to get out of this country back to
Okay.
Arundel, which is his nation. So that's
So, how
his
to,
statement of purpose. Yeah.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's explore this a little bit before we go into the witty verses.
Okay.
So how do I know that as soon as we get on the vote, you just don't slit my throat? What assurances do I have that this won't happen? Because I did betray you, and I can understand that you'd be a little pissed off about that. I'd want to kill me if I were you.
Uh, well, he really can't give you any assurances because there's nothing. You don't have. There's nothing he can promise you right now that you would take. He could offer you to just let you walk. He doesn't need you dead. Nobody believes you. You're a traitor in your country. Uh, you could just, if you want to take off, you can take off. after you do the bit that he needs you for. So you are useful until that point, but
Yeah,
that's only as far as you are useful.
yeah, and that's the problem I'm having. Also,
Hmm.
I don't know that I can speak for Griff himself. Before I could agree to this, I would also have to speak with him.
Well, he says that we could call him over and have a conversation right now. Because after all, if I'm telling you a plan, what assurances do I have that you won't betray me again, like you just did last night?
Well,
How do I know you're not going to run off to the warden right now and explain all of this to him? I need to get out too.
well, if I did that, it wouldn't do anything. I would get no benefit from it. I betrayed you for a benefit. I didn't betray you just to be a dick.
All right, so it's negotiable. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
So,
benefit for me going to the warden. However, I do need time to think on this. Give me an hour.
so
Let me consult with Griff.
all right,
Let me think on what you ask me, and I'll meet you in the yard and give you my decision.
all right. He says, but he's gonna need some sort of assurance.
As a
Uh,
gesture of good faith, I will give him 5 cash die.
all right, all right. So yeah, I mean, as part of the negotiation, he would be willing to give some money back. You know, if
Okay.
you actually do help him to escape, then the money is less of an issue. You
Yeah.
see,
Well, okay. So
I was shooting
here's
for a duel of wits.
yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
his statement of purpose would have been the money and the help and Griff, and you do everything I say.
yeah,
And of course, there's room for compromise.
yeah.
So,
And see, and here's my biggest thing
uh-huh.
is I don't know that I can trust him. I don't
Yeah,
know that I can speak for Griff.
okay,
So if I decide to do this,
yeah,
there's the risk I die. If I don't decide to do this,
uh-huh.
there's the risk of a lockdown and my escape plan doesn't go off.
That's true, but he's not guaranteeing that he's not going to try it anyway.
I know. So
So,
I have to think on it.
yeah,
So I'm gonna go talk to Griff.
all right,
Because Griff is about the only person I trust in this prison. And considering I lied to him once already,
okay,
probably shouldn't, but, my character trusts him.
all right,
So I'm going to sit him down. I'm going to lay everything out for him.
all right.
I'm going to tell him I don't particularly want to help this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So what we need to do is we need to share a little bit of information with him. We need to let him know that we've already planned an escape, but for it to work, we can't go tonight. It has to wait till tomorrow. Which he should be amenable to because he don't like the barbarian guys anyways. He wanted them dead. So knowing that they're going to try to escape and get pinched, he should go for it. What I need from you is if he asks you that you agree to this, that you say yes.
All right, but are you going to tell him about our escape plan or no?
I'm going to tell him that I'm
We
working
can't
on
do
an
it.
escape plan and I haven't worked out the end game. I've only got as far as the distraction. He will be unprivy to us actually getting out. All he'll know is that we've been trying to make a plan. We'll
All
give
right.
him the first bit of it and see if he will postpone until tomorrow. And if he will, we'll just leave him in the wind.
See, the only hole in that theory is that you're telling him that we're going to have an alternate escape plan, and he's just going to tell you that if he manages to take out the entire contingent of guards, we can just walk away. Is all he's saying. So why do we
Yeah.
need a separate escape plan? Why is he gonna? Why is that any concern of his? Is he gonna care? You
I
see
don't
what
know.
I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know, Griff. I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, if we let him get away with it, that's a whole lot of dead guards on your hands and mine. Are you willing to risk that? Because you do
Well,
have a belief that says,
yeah, innocent
what is
life.
it? Innocent
Yeah.
life.
So we can't let him mess with the guards. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let him know that we have an escape plan in the works that we can amend to include him in, and we'll come with him to his boat. But we needn't worry about the guards.
All
We'll
right.
bring him in the box with us
All right.
to get out.
Okay.
And once we get out, if you don't want to navigate for him, I'll slit his throat.
That's okay.
But we can
Uh,
cross that bridge when we come to it, Griff.
that's right. First, we need to convince him that this plan is good.
Well, let's go see him in the yard. He's expecting me.
All right. All right. So now we're going to the witty verses, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah. Now we're going to the witty verses. So I am proposing to him that we use the first half of my plan tomorrow to get out,
Mhm.
but that's as far as we've got. We don't know where we're going. We don't know how we're getting there. From there, we use his boat. And then we don't got to fuck with the kitchens, which is an added risk. I've already done all the legwork.
All right.
Everything is in place. The distraction is ready. The guards are going to be minimal. We're expecting only one guard at the shipment.
All right. Uh, okay. So, what would he say? He says that he's already trusted you once and you betrayed him. Uh, and that this way it just gets him out and not his people. So, his plan manages to take out his people, and yes, it's risky, but it's about as risky as trusting you. So,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
he wants it done his way.
So,
Is that fair?
yeah, that's fair. So, on an outright win on my side, we go my way. On an outright win on his side, we go his way. And if it comes up
Yeah,
in the middle, we will
we'll
work out
figure something out. Yeah.
how to do it.
Okay. Okay. So let me see. Where's Ishan? All right. Oh, here he is. Okay, so it's gonna be witty verses. So it's just
Skill and any forks,
skills and
traits.
forms. That's correct.
Yeah, skills, forks, traits, whatever you can put into your roll like you normally would.
All right. This is gonna be tough.
Oh, yes, it is.
When you fork things, it's usually one die unless you have a skill of 7, I believe.
Yes, yeah. If the skill that you're using to fork in is 7, you get 2 die instead of 1.
Okay. Yeah, no, he doesn't have anything at 7, but I just want to check that real quick. That is correct. Exponent 7. It's when you're helping, it's different. When you're helping and you have 5, then you give 2 dice. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Which
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make a bit of an assumption that Griff has some kind of social skill that he can lend me a helping die with.
Sure, let's take a look. Let me see. He has, because I burned him up. I burned everybody up. So he's got falsehood at B5.
I will, and a lot of this is falsehood because
Yeah.
we are
So
withholding some information, so that's an extra 2.
that's an extra 2. So take 2 for help from
All
Griff.
right.
All right. So that means I'm gonna fork in everything that I can think of with this guy because you got too many dice.
Oh yeah, I'm rocking with 11.
Wow. Okay. Let
I've
me
got
see.
my B5 falsehood, which
Okay.
I only took 4 dice in because I do have that 1 dice deficit.
Uh huh.
I then forked in persuasion, grift
Uh huh.
wise, crime wise, spycraft wise,
Oh my God. Yes, those all apply.
intimidation,
Wow. Okay.
and plus the 2 helping die that put me up to 11.
All right. So let's see. He's got false. He's got persuasion at B5, and he's gonna fork in falsehood at B5. So that's 1 extra dice. Ugly truth. So that's another die. Haggling. That's another die. Let's see. Inconspicuous. No, you're not noble. You're not noble, are you? No, you're common
No.
folk. Uh, observation wouldn't count. Oratory. Well, he's not really preaching to a choir, so I'm not gonna let him fork. If this were like an audience or something,
Yeah. Hmm.
but I don't
Ooh.
feel right using it.
What about
So
etiquette?
he's got etiquette. He does have etiquette. I'm not sure how to fork it in this type of deal.
I mean, it'd be prison etiquette. It'd be the same as using etiquette to talk to a king,
All
only
right.
that you're talking to a prisoner. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that fork as well.
Okay, so he's gonna take it too.
Yep.
And let's fork in seduction. Why not? I mean, he's not picky. You know, he's
Sounds good.
very civilized. He's from a very civilized country, so everything's allowed. All right. So I think I got everything. Let's check it again once more. Etiquette, falsehood, haggling, uh, persuasion is the base stat, seduction, and ugly truth. That's 5 forks plus his 5 is he's got 10 dice.
10 to 12. All
Wow.
right.
You got
Let's go ahead and do it.
Yep. Let me see what we're gonna do here.
I came up with 6.
Okay, wait. No, this is we just roll. There's
Yeah.
no. It's not like Bloody Versus where you split half and half for attack
No.
and defense. We
No.
just roll.
No.
Okay.
You just roll and then you compare success amounts.
Successes. Okay. Oh, that's even better. That's even simpler. I was gonna
Yeah.
do it
Yeah. It's
like
very nice, simple, quick little thing.
I was gonna do it like Bloody Versus, so I was having
Yeah.
6 in my attack and 4 in my defense and whatnot. But this is even better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Nice, quick
let's
resolution for these things.
yeah. So it's 10 dice. Here we go. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. And
Against
you?
my 6.
Wow, so you win by 2.
Win
So
by
what
2.
now?
So let's see here. Let me do a little looking up right quick.
Did somebody post this into the
Yeah,
forum? Right?
Alex P posted it. I'm going to the post now. I asked him about it, and he sent me a link to the to where it was originally written up.
I know. I know I read it at some point, but I can't remember where. Oh, you asked him. You asked him in our post, I think. Here's the
Yeah.
original written by Aramis. All right, Aramis. Oh, it's on RPG Stack Exchange, the original. Okay, the winner is counted as the body of argument. The difference is the remaining body of argument. All right, so it's like I knocked you down to 2. Is that how it goes? And you knocked me down
I'm
to
still
0. Yeah,
pulling
I
it up.
think I think that's how it goes.
Oh, my computer runs so slow when I'm doing the live streams.
Yeah.
Both make their dice pool, narrate action, get any bonus dice from roleplay, and then make the opposed roll. The winner is counted as the body of argument, and the difference is
Oh,
the
you.
remaining.
Yeah. So
Broken tie is a win.
how many successes did you have? 6.
Yeah,
One,
yeah, I came up with
two,
6
four.
successes.
So you came up with 6. That was your original BOA, and I knocked you down to 2. So
Okay,
that's a major compromise.
okay,
All right. So it's a major compromise.
okay.
So
So,
let's see. What can we do?
now, did you say Griff was bringing in 2 crates or just 1?
We can make it 2.
Okay.
So maybe
So,
we can take 2 more guys of his.
yeah, that'd be my major compromise. Is I know you
All
really
right.
want to take your guys. I'll still offer you your payment, and we can accommodate 2 more people.
Okay, 2 more of his people and some of the money from your winnings, right?
Yes. Yeah.
At least. Yeah.
2 more of the people, and I will give you. He's already got the 5 cash die down payment. I'll give him another 5 cash die.
All right. All right.
So
All right.
he'll get my winnings, an escape, and he'll get to bring some of his people with him.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. I like it.
Perfect.
I'm happy with that.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So take down those 10 cash dice.
Yeah.
Easy
Yep.
easy come, easy go. Yeah.
That still leaves me with 5. I'm still happy.
Yeah. And technically, it's not easy come because you bled for it. So.
Yeah, I did bleed for it.
So. It's all right. So let me see. What else can I mess you up with? Because man, you're really beat up. So, but I'm liking the way this is going. So, all right. So things have changed right now because now Ishin is staying back with 2 of his guys, and the warden knows about the Vikings plan,
Yes.
and so they're gonna go. That's gonna go down. So I feel like we should just go with it. Morning comes. You guys stay behind. Uh, the Vikings go off, and
Yeah.
the time comes for you
Hold on.
to.
But
Yeah.
before the Vikings go off,
All right.
I would like to try to send them a warning
Okay.
that their plan's been compromised. Because at this point,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's expecting the escape to happen at some point on the march to the mines, which means the guards are already going to be in place, and it serves my purpose. He doesn't actually have to go down for it. He only,
Yeah.
So I would like to try to get him a message that it was Isham that betrayed him, so he doesn't know that it was me. And then when Isham escapes, it'll make it all that much more creditable.
All right.
So
All right.
maybe a falsehood roll.
All right.
Because
So if
I am lying to him.
yes. All right. So if you succeed, he believes Isham betrayed him, and if you fail, then he knows it's you.
Yeah,
He
that that
knows.
that that sounds good. I will
He
take
knows
it.
it was you, Fredo. So
Yeah. So yeah, if I succeed, he believes it's Isham, and he doesn't go through with his escape.
excellent. All right.
They instead of faking an injury and stopping, he just continues on to the mines.
All right. All right.
And this way, this will help me keep friends in all places,
All right. All
which will
right.
be nice. So now we have to set an ob.
So the op for falsehood is will, isn't it? Let me see.
I believe it is.
Probably is because
Yeah. So, base obstacle for falsehood is always the will of the character you're deceiving. Add an
yep.
advantage die if the lie is believable, damn good, or has some kernel of truth to it. Increase the obstacle if it's a whopper of a bad lie. That wasn't me, it was my twin brother. Plus 2 objective. So,
yeah. So
I would
I
lobby for an advantage die
yeah
because he is being betrayed.
yeah,
It
and
is
he knows
believable that Isham, would
Isham
betray him. He
hates
knows that he wants him
yeah.
dead. So I
And
would lobby for the advantage die.
yeah, I'll grant it because and as you say, Isham is gonna be missing from the work detail too,
Yeah.
so he's gonna see it.
Yeah.
As soon as he walks into the courtyard, he's going to see that Isham is not there either, so it's going to make sense to him. So I will allow it.
Okay, so
So,
I've
so
got my base B5 falsehood minus the 1 die I'm down, but plus the advantage die. So there's
yeah,
my first 5 die. I
yeah.
am also going to fork in persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
spycraft, and griftwise.
I like it.
So that gives me 8. And what is my objective?
It's 4.
Okay, so
You know
50
what?
50
You know
50
what?
chance.
I'll give you an extra advantage die because he
Okay.
knows there's a blood feud going on, and he has
Okay.
no reason. He has no reason to suspect you.
Okay. And just to really make sure he doesn't know,
Yeah.
I'm going to use that last persona point.
Really excellent. All right.
Yeah. This is important. I need friends. I need contacts. I got to infiltrate the criminal underworld, and the more friends I have in it, the better. Like, I am legit a spy right now. I
Uh-huh.
have to play all sides of the field and keep myself alive in doing so.
Yes, you
So,
do.
yeah,
I like
I
it.
will use the last persona.
All right.
Oh, I got it.
Nice. Nice. That's how many?
Perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
Excellent.
Just enough.
Excellent. So,
So I just tell him, listen, I just got word. You
yeah.
were right. The warden does know about it. It was Isham.
All right.
I've been keeping my ear to the ground for you. Just continue on to the mines. I'm trying to work out a way to get out. If I get out, I will come back for you.
All right.
I'd bring you with me, but the current plan I have doesn't really preclude much.
All right.
I've only got room for 2, and the person I've recruited to help has that spot. But should I make it out and this proves successful, I'll be back for you. You have my word.
All right. All right. So, so the message is given. Uh, work detail takes off. Uh, meanwhile, you, Ishan, Griff, and the 2 other guys, um, you make it to the. There's like a cellar where they're keeping the crates, and there's a guard. There's just one guard on it, and they've unloaded the bottles and whatnot. And
So,
it's you see the guy. It's a rookie. It's a rookie guard. It's a young kid. He's
so I'm
about
gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, listen, kid, this is how this is gonna work. Me and my friends are gonna get in these crates. You're gonna close them up, and you're gonna send them out, and you're not gonna say a word about it until the work detail comes back. Now, as you can see, you're heavily outnumbered. If you don't do this, you will most likely die. I don't want you to die. You seem like a good kid. I don't want your blood on my hands. But I also have to get out of here.
Okay. Give me a persuasion roll, and you can probably forking intimidation.
Yep.
And whatever else you think you're gonna
Yep.
fork in for that.
So.
And if you make it, the kid does exactly what you say. And if you don't, he panics and he's gonna start screaming.
Okay.
And you may have to kill him.
Well, and it may come to that, and I'm prepared. So
Yeah.
I've got my B2 persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
my fork for intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also adding a fork for spycraft and crime-wise, as I don't see grift-wise really working into this. You don't really tell your mark what's happening, so
No.
I can't justify putting that fork in there. But I can justify crime and spycraft.
So he's a young kid, so I'm gonna make an op 3.
All
This is
right.
what-
Oh! Dice are in
Got
my
it.
favor.
Right on the nose. Right on the nose.
That's what I like.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, the kid is freaking out, and he's like, "The warden's gonna kill me. The warden's gonna kill me." Uh, uh, but you managed to convince him that uh, he could probably just get away with it. The warden's not gonna kill him for
Yeah,
for
you're
this.
good.
He may not even know that that he was the guy on duty. So
Yeah.
So
You really don't even have to say anything about this. You just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah, he wasn't watching the crates. He was just walking his turn
Yep.
down the eastern wall.
Yep.
So you guys get inside the crates, and you guys get shipped out. And I think this is a good place to stop it, because I don't really know where else to go right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it is too, and it's about stopping time anyways.
anyways, yeah. So let's do.
This was a pretty intense session.
I liked it. Did you like it?
I did. I had a lot of fun with it. That roll to kill that guy. Oh my god.
That was like the best. Let's take a look at those Arthur awards right now. Let me see. It's on the Clippy, right? Yeah.
Yes,
it is.
it is on the
There we go. There we go. So beliefs.
Let's pull up my beliefs here, because I have
your sheet somewhere in here. Here we go.
Okay, it is my duty to find the men responsible for these attacks. I must stop at nothing. I should have actually looked over that and tailored it a little bit, because before it was about making contacts.
Yes, we missed that one.
But I didn't do it. However, I am pursuing that belief.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that's worth a fate. Innocent life is the most valuable thing in the world. I must protect it. Absolutely. I saved that guy. I saved all the guards' lives.
You just did with everybody. So you did save the guards and everything. So I'm thinking of. Should I give you a persona for that?
No, because there's no way. There's no way to close it out. The only way to close this out is with Moldbreaker, and to let innocents die. And that's the plan eventually. After I've role-played this enough to really solidify it within the character, there will come a time when he lets an innocent die, and that belief will change. And then I escaped prison, so that's persona.
Yeah, so that's a persona right there. Okay, instincts when accused lie. No, you actually told the truth to the.
I did. And now, let's see here. Playing an instinct that makes the character's life difficult. I could have lied there when I was accused. But
and you did
I told the truth, and then I had to incorporate him in my plans.
Okay, I'll give it. That's a fate.
So, so,
Yeah.
so we're up to 3 fate, 1 persona. I invoked the
Okay.
trait and took off
Yes,
that
you
armor.
did. Yes, you did.
So
And
that's
that
worth
makes me
another
right up.
fate.
That's another one. Yeah.
Uh, you-
Embodiment. Embodiment. I'll give you embodiment for one persona
Okay.
because you took the freaking armor off. That was awesome. I'll give you a
I'm so
persona
excited
for that
for it.
right there. Yeah.
All right, that's a good haul. 4 fate and 2
Yeah.
persona.
Yeah.
I like that. And considering I used all of my Artha in
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
session, it's good that it was a good haul
I
because I burned
I
every
think you
last
did.
bit of it,
Yeah, I know. I know.
and it was worth all of it too.
Oh yeah. I
It was a
think
crazy
it
session.
was great. Yeah, I could also give you like MVP for an additional persona because you were the crucial element of success. That one roll at the very end, you killed the guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
How do you
I will
feel
take
about
it.
that? Yeah, yeah. Because I mean,
Yeah,
that was
that seems appropriate, and I feel like that's how MVP should be handled in one-on-one games, or for like
yeah.
when those really big
It's
unexpected rolls and just
and
badass shit
it's
happens
critical,
because
and
of it.
it was a pivotal thing because I had contingencies for that,
Yeah.
but you actually won. I mean, it was,
No.
it's, and you,
I did not
yeah,
have contingencies.
yeah. I
I
was
didn't know
thinking,
what I was gonna do. I was
yeah,
gonna just play it by ear and see what happened.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. See, and
Yeah.
over tomorrow, I'm gonna have some free time. I think I'm gonna do a write-up for Burning Assassinations as well.
All right, all right.
For the people that don't have 2 hours to sit down and watch
Yeah,
the videos, I'm
yeah.
gonna do a write-up. This game's been really tense and really interesting.
And I like, yeah. I'm hoping you're liking it. I mean, if you have any feedback on my GM and style,
Oh yeah.
I'd really appreciate it because sometimes it
Uh,
feels difficult knowing when to call for tests, knowing when to just say yes, and I think that's a
yeah,
big part of learning.
yeah,
Learning.
and I think we've been doing a really good job of it. Like the
Mhm.
way I do, just say yes. Like if the role play's there
Yeah,
and it all makes sense, like yeah, like that's why you should just say yes. But
yeah,
once like if a belief's on the line or stuff like that, you should always go to the dice.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like that's how I handle just say yes. Like as long as you role play that shit out
Hmm.
and it's cool, like yeah, that that shit happens. But no,
Yeah,
I've really been enjoying the game quite a bit. At the moment,
excellent.
I have no negative criticisms.
That's great to hear. So, yeah, if you think of anything in particular that you want to do next, because we're stopping at a very wide open point at
Yeah,
this time.
yeah, I'm gonna
Uh,
have to examine some beliefs and
I
figure out my next move.
exactly.
Which
So,
I feel it's gonna be something along the lines of maybe trying to gain employment with Isham
okay, okay, I'm
and
liking
start
that.
doing like some jobs, maybe thieving, whatever the case may be,
All
to
right,
try to build my credibility up in the underworld. And then after a while, like I'm gonna have to go back for the Vikings. Like I gave them my word I would.
and are you thinking of traveling to Arendelle, which
Yeah,
is Ishan's country? All
yeah,
right, I
yeah.
like it.
I think that's the safest move at the moment.
Yeah,
Granted, I don't
I
trust
agree.
him very well, but I did get him out of prison,
Okay,
so hopefully that buys me some goodwill. And I feel
excellent.
like as a criminal, he understands what happens when a better deal comes along.
Yes, yes, that makes
So
sense. Yeah, I just
maybe
wanted to get a
even write
sense.
a belief about earning his trust so he gives me bigger and better jobs,
All right.
something along those lines. And then it's gonna eventually it's gonna get to the point where I'm gathering information to find out all the players trying to kill the kings, and I'm gonna try to dismantle all of these crime syndicates from the inside. Like
Excellent. I love it.
that's long game. But so
Excellent.
to get to that point, I have to actually infiltrate them and become trusted by them.
All right. All right.
And I feel like Isham's, he's the only outside contact besides Griff that I have.
All right. All
And I'll
right.
probably end up writing a belief about Griff too.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Think it
re-examine it.
over
And
and send me an email so I can work it on it from my side too.
yeah, for sure. I'll work on that a little bit tomorrow and get a better idea of how I want the beliefs to go about and whatnot.
Excellent.
And yeah,
Excellent.
I'll send you an email, and I will see you Thursday night for Ravens Ford.
Yeah, God willing. Excellent.
I'll see you soon, buddy.
Good night.